You called me on a Tuesday, said you needed someone there. Your voice was barely holding on. I could hear the pain you carried. You said you'd been crying. You said you couldn't sleep. You said the person you once loved had left you feeling weak. So I drove across the city just to sit beside your bed. You didn't have to tell me everything, I could see it in your face. I held your hand in silence while you cried against my chest, and I promised I would stay with you until you felt okay again. I didn't know that night you would become my reason. I didn't know your broken heart would become my healing. We were two lonely people trying to make it through, and somewhere between the tears I started falling for you. After the rain, the sun will come again. After the tears, we'll learn to smile again. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to hide your pain. I'll be right here beside you. After the rain, I'll find our way somehow. The past can't hurt us if we leave it in the past now. And if the world gets heavy, I'll help you carry the weight, because sometimes love begins after the rain. Weeks turned into months and you started laughing again. We went out for dinner just like two ordinary friends. You told me about your childhood, I told you about my fears. We stayed up talking for hours about all our wasted years. One evening on the sidewalk you stopped and looked at me. You said, I don't know what this is, but I don't wanna leave. I smiled and took your hand, and for the first time I could see that maybe all the pain we carried had brought you here to me. But love is never simple, and happiness can scare you. You started pulling away from me like you were afraid to care too. I asked you what was wrong. You said, I'm scared to lose you. I said, you can't lose somebody who is choosing to stay with you. You looked into my eyes and I saw the fear inside. You'd spent so long protecting yourself, you didn't know how to let love in. After the rain, the sun will come again. After the tears, we'll learn to smile again. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to hide your pain. I'll be right here beside you. After the rain, we'll find our way somehow. The past can't hurt us if we leave it in the past now. And if the world gets heavy, I'll help you carry the weight, because sometimes love begins after the rain. Then one morning you called me and said you needed time. You said you loved me deeply, but you couldn't make up your mind. I felt my heart start breaking, but I didn't make you stay. I told you I would understand if you needed to walk away. You disappeared for 3 weeks and I thought I'd lost you too. I tried to keep myself together, but every road led back to you. Then one cold Sunday morning, there was a knock upon my door. I opened it and there you stood, like you'd never left before. You were holding an old photograph from the first night we met, and you said I was so afraid of love, but I'm not afraid anymore. You looked into my eyes and I started to cry. You said I after the rain. I found you after the rain. You found me too. Now sometimes when it rains, you still reach for my hand. And I remember the Tuesday when